Hello and welcome back to Broken Gear Garage. Today we'll be doing upper control arms on the 2011 2500 HD Chevy Silverado. I got the one side done, just doing this side. Usually don't show you both just because it's repetitive. Don't want you to get too bored with the same stuff over and over. This one, these back bolts that hold the upper end off that control the alignment and stuff like that, or just a little. I'll try to show you better off, but that's what controls the camber and caster of it. So get to it, get it all done. It is 15/16. Nice because they've been done once before, so everything comes off fairly easy. The other side was complete garbage. I were doing it having really bad vibration on highways while driving it. Raised it up and found that drawing bushings and ball joints are pretty much worn out on them. At least that side was really bad. Oh. I would do this and then usually grab a marker or something or paint pen. Fine line. So usually what I do, especially being not having the accessibility for a lot of the stuff, is grab yourself a paint pen, any color that you can see decently. And some of them will have little pins right here. And I just mark it with the paint pen where they are right now for the alignment. That's where I put them back at. So you're nice to the people that are doing alignments. So I've had people bring in their vehicles over the years and put parts in, they just slap them in, call it good. Well, then a lot of time just trying to get it back into alignment where like this, so you can spend 30 seconds to loosen up the nut a little bit and adjust it just a hair if you need to. Maybe I'll send out our vehicles to get aligned. I messed up anyways, and I might do the ball joint first, which is a 19 millimeter. You just put a little swivel on it. Of course, parts vehicle or. Oh yay! Finally broke. Not a part that needs to be warranted. Let's see if we can get this off without that. That'll be a little more of a pain in the butt. Yep. Oh. Maybe this one. I recommend it, but if it works, it works. Probably not. See how many people rage over this. That's it. When don't just grab your chrome universal jelly. Going about as straight as possible, really. Get too much of an angle, then it's gonna fucking then's gonna bind on there. There you go. Then, come on. Why are we being a pain in the butt? Or not. That one's wedged in there. Oh, take that off. Oh, I'm done with that. Let's shut that out of the way. Now these are gonna be loose now. Not enough tension now. So I'll show you on this one. So these are just almost like washers. You just line it up. There's little pins in there. I'll show you once I get all these out. But both sides are the same way. They're like directional, not really directional, but the bolts go in a certain way. So if you have that in wrong, it won't adjust the alignment properly. Yeah. And sometimes they are stuck in there, and you give them the berries, and so I just use that. Give them some berries. Then once you get the berries, they just come right out. Yeah. So you clean these up, the little NSCs right here, so they don't freeze in spots. On this other side, usually just a little bit more pain because of the freaking shocks in the way. Now, some people are like, oh, I'll just take the shock out. When it moves good, you can push that back and up, and then it actually just comes right out. And a lot of times, because it's been replaced once before, a lot of times these do not come out just easy. I've had to heat them up and beat them off, or even cut them off with a sawzall or a torch. But maybe no play, but it's very sloppy. The other one, let's find it again. Show you the other side real quick. This one, bushings are decent. They're just cracked. Passenger side was really bad. And like, these should not be moving. Both sides. Nope. Oh yeah. That side was just crap and caused the tires to vibrate while driving it. And um, we're debating on if it's a tire issue because these are really aggressive tires on here. But seeing that bad. We got to start with this first and then go from there. And sometimes these don't even come going right. Usually when you're doing it, go back to that side first so you can actually push it all the way back. Put the bolt back in and then go forward. We're going to clean up these first. A little anti-sneeze on it. So it freeze up. You don't need to go all willy-nilly on it, just enough to cover every little thing. Of course, you giant. We'll get these close with the pry bar and hammer. If I forgot to do, but there's the fun part of it. Like that. And usually that little cam is what a lot of people call it. Adjust the alignment on it. I have that cam facing all the way towards the engine. And that get as close as possible. Move the little prior a little bit. That, get that spot. Go. When you look, let's see if I can dig it. Right here, little pins. Those are what those little cams ride on to adjust the alignment. So those would go into here. And as that's stationary, it goes in and out. And then front to rear will change how the caster is. So this can be in all the way and out all the way, and your caster is going to change how that is, or vice versa. So this does both of it. So usually you want to do kind of take your time with it and do them in sections. I usually try to get it all evened out, but that's how I usually like to mark everything. Try to get 50-50, like halfway in the thing. That way you can have a good starting. And then have to do these because that's too low. Binding onto the frame, so it won't be able to be adjusted. So loop that around like that. So on the outside of the frame, not the inside. So you can actually adjust it. And that goes there. Put a nut on. I'll usually just suck it in, then I get snug, and then I'll adjust it to where I have the marking. And adjust this side, leave it a little loose. Yeah, it's actually where it needs to be. There. And the one thing not a lot of people do though. Not really too bad. Very clean it. Is taking the proper way of tying these up is to have this at the right height when you tighten up the suspension. So overexert the bushings. And then drop that 5 times, get everything covered in NSCs. Get on there. Oh. Yeah, I sneeze everywhere. At least won't be sneezing anytime soon. Don't worry. I'll just start itching the eye as you're covered in grease and oil. Take that off. So you get messes everywhere. The same here. Snug. That. Don't even know where that check is. I gotta find that mark. I'm blind myself in the process. Like this one is completely different. All the way up. Like that. Again, that's going to shift more. Right, like that. And get close to where right out you be. Doesn't have to be perfect. So when they do alignment, it's all going to be loosened up on alignment rack. And then they'll retighten everything. So. Oh, there we go. And then you put everything else back on. Pry that down because that's going to be, you can tell, how it's back. You can be on there. Just had difficulties. Well, it's the other side went on easy. I would be in a pain in the butt. The big one. Or go. Did better control that. Just enough to get a couple threads on there. Oh, yeah, maybe adjust it too much. Yeah, we got to raise. And sometimes what you gotta do is grab your jack. Open this up a little bit. There. That. There we go. So more difficulties. Some more. Get some more berries. Get all the berries. Now that we're done with that, sure, those are right water. Don't want to loosen it as you're trying to tighten it. So don't struggle that much. I use impact style ones. Don't touch stabs. A couple ugga dugga 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 boys. And boom. We have the greaser gun. Grease them, they do come pretty greasy, but they're pretty greasy and it's pretty much getting everything oil and calling it good. And this one is 5/16. Nice and snug, you don't need it tight. It will strip out or snap. Grab your form of greaser. Either manual, electric, or air. Like on your electric or the. And I usually go, so you see a bulging. That should be good. You do too much and it comes out. It tends to break the seal and cause more dirt to come into the bush bearing, or well, to the ball joint, and cause premature wear. if you are keeping up on rigger maintenance, then you shouldn't have to worry about that. Just get this bump out and bubble. Brand spanking new. Yeah. Other than that, that's how much how you do it. And very simple, easy to do, and it's, as you can tell, I'm just on the ground. Got to rotate the tires on the ground. Jack stands underneath it. Nothing special, nothing good. Um, Hopefully you watch until this point and continue watching my stuff. Subscribe and like and comment if you want to. That stuff I've shown you is going to be provided in the information below in the description. There should be a discount code on there that you can use. It's a 10% off your order, so use that code. It should give you 10% off your order. I'll give you all that information in the description. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.